Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks, cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit. Country for life in this bitch. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Okay, turn me up, yeah. I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the sky. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Okay, turn me up, Jay. Okay, turn me up. Jay, bitch, I'm rolling up. Bitch, I'm burning up. Jay, I ain't showing up. Jay.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And this morning, well, actually, it is after 12, so it's good evening, guys. Good afternoon. But today's live, guys, is going to be on the 4 quadrants strategy. It's not a drafting strategy, but you can use it for a drafting strategy. But it's also a waiver wire strategy. It's a stash strategy. It's a trending, buy low, sell high type strategy. You can use this 4 quadrants, how to move forward and approach players, how to trust players, not give up on players. So, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. So, guys, let's begin. So, let me break this down. And, guys, I will get to all the comments. I see the comments in here. I appreciate the members being in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get a drink of water. So let me pull this up real quick. Let me see. All right, let me pull this up. PPR. I'm trying to get the weeks to be broke down. All right, let me see. Share this. It's not showing me all the weeks that I want to be able to break down. Okay. All right. So, guys, let me know how the live is. If it's live, if it's messing up, let me know about that too. All right, guys. So I break the season down into 4 quadrants. That means every 4 games, you can go to your fantasy football playoffs. You can do 5 games, but every 4 to 5 games, players are changing in the top 12. So everybody, that's why a lot of you might say, well, TD, why are you coming at us about why are you on this player? TD, why are you talking about Kyle Pitts? TD, why are you on Daniel Jones? TD, why are you talking about this player? TD, you missed. You missed, TD. That wasn't right. And then come around to the fantasy football playoffs, and a lot of guys hit, and then you'd be like, yeah, well, yeah, he did good the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So this is what I'm trying to say. Guys, every 5 weeks, the top 12 guys are changing. So you don't, there's only about 5 players that are top 5 or top 12 all throughout the season. That's usually Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Pat Mahomes, CMC, those guys. But everybody can't get those guys on your team. And those guys don't always win you fantasy football championships. So what you have to do with the 4 quadrants is about, guys, each 4 to 5 weeks, you got to get players that are going to be trending up, and you got to get rid of players that's going to be trending down. So you got to be able to buy low off of that and be able to sell high off of that. So, guys, to me, in the 4th quadrant, which is your fantasy football playoffs, rookies are killing the game. Rookies are killing the game. So listen, if you draft a guy early, don't get off of them so quick. Sometimes you got to stash them. Now listen, you got to do what you got to do to make the fantasy football players. So 4 quadrants comes after you making the fantasy football playoffs. Don't prepare for the 4th quadrant or the 3rd quadrant or anything like that, and then your team not even make the playoffs. So you got to be ready to make the playoffs. But while you making the playoffs, you got to be picking up players and stashing them. That's why I make stash videos, and then you want me to make other videos about rankings. I don't give a damn about rankings. I don't care nothing about no rankings. I know that some like James Conner, who thought James Conner was going to play all 16, 17 games? He's good, but he's not going to play all 17 games. Guys go down. So you got to be getting these rookies who's going to be trending as far as getting good in the 3rd and 4th quadrants. That's how you go to the playoffs. How many teams you see they 5-1 and then they lose that last game of the season and they don't even make the playoffs? Or they lose that number 1 seed. And then how many teams you see they come in as a 6 seed and that team is trending? Why? Because they got the last, they worked that waiver wire for the next best running back because a stud went down. That's why I'm telling y'all about Tajay Spears. You didn't go, I see the video didn't do that well. Why? You don't want to hear about it. Then you want to wait till week 9 when Derrick Henry get traded. Then you want to, that video, I already put that video out. I ain't doing it again. I ain't doing that video again. I already did the video. You got to be able to receive my content. And I'm not chastising anybody. But you got to be able to recognize my content. My content is cutting edge. That's why I actually have to make videos for the algorithms just so y'all can click on it. Because I give you gas. Now, I'm not right on everything. I'm not going to sit here and like every single thing I say, I'm right. No. I miss. It's guys that follow my channel that know a lot about football, and I get help from them because we're a community. But a lot of things that I say that I do be right on, it be out of context with y'all, and y'all debate with me about it until it happened. And then it's like, well, I don't want it now. I don't want no steak. Give me the steak when it happened. Right now, I want to know what to do right now. And I'm trying to prepare you so you can get ahead. I've been telling you about picking up Roschon Johnson. You keep asking me all the time, hey, should I drop Roschon? Why are you dropping Roschon? Do not drop no Roshan. Roshan is going to be a third or fourth quadrant play. He's going to be hitting. That's what happens in fantasy football every single year. You got to get these running backs handcuffed. Why do I go 0 RB? Because these guys do not last out forever. Why did I not draft CMC? I didn't tell you not to draft CMC just because I just want to make content and be different. I don't want it CMC. I don't want CD Lamb because the first quadrant, not CMC, but CMC, I don't think CMC is going to play all 17 games. And then you get in the fantasy football playoffs to CMC, he goes out in the fourth quarter, and then you mad. Man, they didn't play CMC. Why? Well, guys, why they going to use him up? They get ready to go to the playoffs. Or he could go down. Running backs, you got to keep working the waiver wire for your running backs. You got to keep working the waiver wire for your running backs. So I don't want no big-time running back. I want a big-time wide receiver. You know who do I trust to play the whole season? Guys like Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson. It didn't happen this year, but it's okay. Injuries happen. I understand. Ain't nothing to prove. But I don't want no running back because if that was Justin Jefferson was a running back, that would kill your team. You can't replace a running back to get that type of work, but you can go get Addison and he can give you 20 points. But you can't go. If CMC goes down, you think Elijah Mitchell going to do what CMC does? No, he's not going to do that. So to me, I like to go 0 RB. I'm not trying to guess who the number 1 and number 2 RB going to be each year. That's hard. That's hard. Breach Hall was going to be killing it last year, but he went down because it's a running back. But what I tell you, I told y'all, don't draft Breach. But what I tell you about week 3, week 2, the trade for Breach when he was having them bad games. That's what I like to do. And I'm not a big trader, but I will go get a running back once I see a path to progression, right? Oh my God, look at his playoff. Look at his playoff teams that he's going to play in the fantasy football playoffs. Look at how many carries they give him now. He's trending up. I don't like to try to draft that because then you do that, then you wait on these guys and you 1-4, and now your team is bad. So I love drafting running backs around like round 4, 5, and 6. Listen, I told a lot of you to draft A.J. Dillon and Antonio Gibson, and that did not work out. But guess what? They trending. They get ready to talk. You see what A.J. Dillon did last week? I'm not going to take no victory lap. I don't give a damn if A.J. Dillon finishes the number 1 running back. I've told y'all to draft him, so I went down with this ship. I ain't come and get no congratulations from no A.J. Dillon. But you know what? If you don't pick this man up on your team, and when he go in the playoffs, and they running the ball in the snow, and he get 15, 20 carries, then you're going to see what I'm talking about. That's why I drafted him. You might say, why this man making content on A.J. Dillon? What about CMC and Derrick Henry? Okay. No, because them guys is not going to be doing good in the fourth quadrant. So listen, guys, every quadrant, you got to be moving, finessing players. If you stay stagnant, you're going to get caught. Like right now, I didn't have no Devon A-Chain. Listen, I'm not going to sit there. Listen, I wasn't on him like that. I thought he was a good player, but I didn't know he was going to be playing like that for Miami. But you see, he went down. I'm not taking no victory lap. But I'm not going to be high on the running back. I want to get guys that I think can last through the season, and they're going to start getting them the full workload around about week 10, 11, 12, and I got a bell cow. So I got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, and then all of a sudden I got the number top running back because his starting running back went down. Now they're giving him the full workload, just like Cam Akers. Cam Akers was a league-winning player, but you know what he did for about 5 to 6 weeks? He was sitting on the bench. But when about week 11, week 12 came around, that man started getting 20 carries, and he won people leagues. That's what I want to work out into, being able to pick up those type of players instead of getting the guys and staying put, or get off a guy early because he ain't hitting. So let me get to the comment section. Hopefully guys, I tried to get what I was trying to do is find last year's top scoring each 4 weeks, and I can show y'all from week 1 to week 2. I still think I might be able to do that. I might do it within this season. I might just try to do it within this season. But it ain't been enough weeks to really show you the math, but I think I still can do it. So let me share this screen real quick before I get to the comments. Everybody, make sure you get your comments, and I'm going to get to everybody comment. Let me see. All right. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I want to do entire screen. Wait a minute. Maybe window might be better. Guys, let me know. Can you see that? Let me make it entire screen. Okay. Guys, in the comment, let me know if you can see that. Let me see a comment. Let me know if that looks good. If can you see the words, or do I need to blow it up, or what do I need to do? Does that look a little bit better? Right there. Did that look good? Okay. So this is week 1. Let's go to total points right here. We're going to total points. This is quarterbacks. This is week 1. Blow it up a bit. Okay. I blew it up. I'm going to blow up a little bit more. I'm going to blow it up just a little bit more. What about that right there? Did that look good? Let me know, guys. Did that look good? Okay. So you got, here's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 players right here. These are perfect. Thank you, Nifty. Thank you. These are, so the points I let y'all see right here. I did the points. So let's slide over. So you got Tua, Matt Jones, Jordan Love, Anthony Richardson, and Justin Herbert. That's the top 5 guys. So let's go to the next week. Let's go to week 2. You got Daniel Jones. So you think Daniel Jones sucked, but he did. See what he did against Arizona. But neither here nor there. You got Kirk Cousins, you got Russ Wilson, got Josh Dobbs. Okay. Let's go to week 3. This is not the perfect one because I need at least 8 weeks to really show you. But then you got Justin Herbert coming back in here, Tua coming back in here, Lamar. So did Justin Herbert suck week 2? Did Justin Herbert suck week 2? No, he was down here. Don't try to sell high on him. Don't sell high on no Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't it. He was there week 1. Oh, maybe he's gonna be bad. No, you don't sell high. So week 3, you got Justin Herbert, Tua, Lamar, Pat Mahomes, Kirk Cousins. Let's see week 4. You got Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson, Lamar, Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts. Now you got Justin Fields coming in here. So what can you say now? Okay, well, Justin Fields, so now that could be a buy low opportunity. If you stuck with him and he played good. You got to be able to look for the rest of his schedule and say, maybe this is a buy low opportunity. Maybe this is a buy low opportunity. Week 5, Justin Fields back in there now. Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Desmond Ridder. So, guys, I don't got enough weeks in here to show you the math. Now, this is just week 6. The rest of the guys haven't played yet. I wish I could show. I might be a different platform where I could show it to you. But so those 4 weeks of those guys that's been in the top, I would probably say it's been Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and I probably would give it to Jalen Hurts. Those 3 guys have been top 5 majority of all those 4 weeks. So now week 5 to 6, Justin Fields has been coming. He wasn't a top quadrant player in the first 4 weeks. He might have got 1 week in there. So now Justin Fields is starting to trend. So he's going to be the next quadrant, probably top quarterback for a while. Now you got to go look at the rest of his fantasy. So now you don't get off Justin Fields early if you trust him. If you trust him as the quarterback that you drafted, you got to hold pat with him sometimes. Guys struggle. That's what the quadrant's about. They struggle sometimes, but that don't mean that you come off of them. Because that it usually happens in 4 to 5 weeks, and then a guy come up and he'll be a top guy for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Right now, people are worried about Pat Mahomes. Why? You got to look at his fantasy football playoffs and see what's going on. So let's go to running backs. Let's check out running backs. You got Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Tyler Algier, Tony Pollard. Week 2, you got Brian Robertson, Kyron Williams. Now listen, this is a guy that I think people should be buying low on. You see what he did, right? This is a guy you should be buying. So a lot of people, just because he didn't do it no more, people are like, I'm ready to get off him. Why? Look at Saquon. These are 2 guys Brian Robinson, Saquon, I think are buy low. Guys are trying to get off of them. I don't know why. Then you got A-Chain, Mostert, Kenneth Walker, Christian McCaffrey. And week 4, which is the last quadrant, Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, Kyron, and A-Chain. So look, Kyron is a good player. As long as he's healthy, Kyron's a good one in that. I want to show y'all a whole season. I'm about to figure out something real quick. This is what I'm about to do right quick. Let me go to Sleeper. Let me go to Sleeper. Okay. All right, let me go to League. Okay, maybe players. Okay. And let me go to 2000. Let's do 21. Well, we do 2022. No free agents. We're doing the top guys. We're going to do with points. Okay, let me see. Let me do it by points here. Fantasy points. Quarterbacks. And see, I don't like the way this is. Maybe I just do a player. I'm just going to do a player. That's what I'm going to do. Let's find Saquon. Let's do Saquon. Okay. Let's go 2022. This is going to help right here. All right. Look at Saquon. This for the first 4 weeks right here. I want to show y'all this for the first 4 weeks. You got 35. Saquon, 13, 24, 21. Killed it. For the first quadrant, he killed it. Let's go to the next quadrant from week 5 to 8. 20, 20, 19, 17. Killed it. All right. He came out this bye week. He got okay, we will know the bye week. 26, 7, 16, 20. That's another quadrant. Now look at this one. 7, 24, 24, 8. Okay. So that's telling me that Saquon was a top player, was a top running back last year. Reason why? Out of every 4 games, guys, he gave you 3 good games. That's the most that you can hope for. Just because the 7, you don't worry about that. You don't worry. You still play your studs. It's another player. Let me go to Stephon Diggs. I think that's going to explain it a little bit more. Let me go to Stephon Diggs. That was the top player last year. Okay. Let's go to Stephon Diggs. All right. This is what I want to show you for 2022. Here we go. Okay. Look at this. Look at his playoff run from week 14 to week 17. Now, listen, this guy finished as the wide receiver 2. Number 5 overall, wide receiver 2. Look what he did from week 14 to week 17. He had 6, 10, 4, and 4. He didn't hit. He didn't hit. But look, you can go find a rookie. You can find a rookie that you picked up off the waiver wires for your fantasy football playoffs that had a better game, that had better quadrant than this right here. You could go find guys that was like I'm trying to think of a rookie last year. Like I can't think of one right off the top of my head. But you go to Devontae Smith. Now I'm gonna show you Devontae Smith. So let me do this. All right, then watch this. Now I'm gonna go to Smith, Devontae Smith. (2022). Now look at his last 4 weeks. And you know, Devontae Smith, he was a waiver wire guy because he was a rookie. Wide receiver 27. Okay. Look at this. From week 14 to week 17, he finished the wide receiver 27. Now look at this. 20, 17, 31, 20. So if I'd rather have, I'm okay with having a Devontae Smith on my team, but didn't have necessarily a Stephon Diggs. I'm not saying Stephon Diggs won't get you to the playoffs, but you got to be working the waiver wire so you can pick up a guy like Devontae Smith that can win you a fantasy football championship. So you look at what Devontae Smith did week 1. Oh, he garbage. Then he does good second week. Then he does good third week, and then fourth week he goes back down. And then week 5 and 6 he does pretty good, but week 8 goes down. So what are you doing right now? You trading him. I'm holding pat. Then he starts picking up, but he's still average. But week 13, which is like the third going out of the third quadrant, coming into the fourth quadrant, he starts booming. Look at this game trend: 21, 20, 17, 30, 20, 13. That's what you got to try to find. He was a rookie wide receiver last year. And he was he was a rookie wide receiver last year. So that's what the quadrants are, guys. You got to be able to be able to know that there are wide receivers that are going to be like wide receiver 20 that's going to be good for you in the fantasy football playoffs that you shouldn't be trying to get off of because they're going to be trending around that time. That's all. Now listen, your studs, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, those guys will get you there. They might have a bad playoff run, but don't drop these guys like Michael Wilson or Roshan Johnson, Tajay Spears, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith. These quarterbacks these guys can have better playoff runs than Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. That's all I'm saying. Don't stash these guys. You got to be able to stash these guys. All right, let me get to the questions. Let me get off of this. All right. Okay. Mr. Gamer, Mr. Sleeper Gamer, he says, good morning, bro. Good morning, bro. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Raggedy says, TD to go. Raggedy says, uh-oh. Raggedy says, third a pump, bought a pump. Third a pump, bought a pump. And Raggedy says, 4 quadrant strategy, cutting edge, only content creator coming with this type of gas. And Kluber says, this man is a secret weapon. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Okay, Nifty says, putting out that heat. Yes, sir. And Nifty says, Mayfield or Dobbs this week. I'm probably going to go with it. I like both of these guys, bro. I'm gonna go with Mayfield since Mike Evans is back. I'm going with Mayfield. Linda says, my brother, what's good? What's good with you, bro? He says, buy low on IU. Yes. Buy low on IU. I've been talking about IU. Oh, that's another one. That's to me, that's a 4th quadrant player. That's gonna be a 4th quadrant player. These are the 4th quadrant players. All it means, listen, I don't know what's going to necessarily, like I can't guarantee you what's going to happen, but I like the way these guys are trending right now. Also, Debo is not a bad guy to have. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That if you got to trade Debo, that's fine to get the win, but Debo's not a bad guy to have. But Brandon Ayuk is a better wide receiver. I would rather have Brandon Ayuk on my team than to have Debo right now. Now, if I can stash Debo, that's something else. But Brandon Ayuk is a better wide receiver in fantasy football right now. Jake says start 2 full PPR. AJ Brown or Amon-Ra. Lamb, AJ Brown or Amon-Ra. I don't think neither one of those guys. I'm not gonna tell you to sit neither one of these guys, but I'm gonna rank them for you. AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, and Lamb. That's the rankings, but I can't tell you to sit any of those guys. Those are premium wide receivers, bro. Those are top 2-round wide receivers, so I can't tell you to sit those guys. Steph, what's going on, bro? He said Scary Terry or Josh Downs, standard. And standard, I'm going Scary Terry. If it was PPR, it would be Josh Downs. Mr. Anderson says 4th quadrant. Yes, sir. Jake says Ben had Tajay Spears. Yep, and you keep him stashed, bro. And Joey says TD facts. Thank you. Arthur says you kicking it, TD. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Arthur says, you're right. Pacheco wasn't doing nothing early. Now look at him. Yeah. It changes, but you got to hold on to your guys if you trust them. Now, if you don't trust them, that's okay. And if they hit guys, it's okay too. You got to stick to your format. Don't play. Listen, I'm gonna start chastising you when, like, if you make a move and you say, man, I shouldn't have done it. And I'm going to be like, no, man. Because I'm not going to chastise. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be accountable, but you need to break down why you like that player in the beginning and why you didn't like a player. I'm not going to get on you about because you got off a player and then he started hitting later, right? That you can't. It's just like a relationship. If you break up with a girl, you can't worry about who she with later. You can't worry about that. You got to move forward and worry about the player that you went with that you think is going to be better for your future in the fourth quadrant or the third quadrant going down the stretch in your flex. You can't worry about, man, like a lot of you sold DJ Moore or Justin Fields, and I'm not mad at you because you couldn't afford to go 1-4 or whatever Justin Fields was doing to your team. So you don't worry about DJ Moore and Justin Fields. They're not going to go 40 points every single week, and even if they do, hey, that's something you got to live. You say, you know what? Next time I'm going to hold on to a guy if I believe in him. Because if you got rid of DJ Moore, then you never believed in him. Like, I got Daniel Jones on my team right now. You think I'm dropping him? No, I'm not dropping him. If I drop him, I don't care what happens. I don't care if he go out and throw for 500 yards because I dropped him. That's how you got to be in your mentality. You can't go and do this. I want this player. Who the next scoring player? I should have had this player. I should have had this player. And then a guy, chopped liver guy go off, and you want that player, and he chopped liver. Like what's DeMar Cotto, the running back from Arizona. Listen, if he go off, don't be talking about you ready to trade a guy like Pacheco to go get DeMar Cotto. Right? You got to go trust your guy. If you got a guy, you trust him. Arthur says, Nick Chubb went down for me week 2. Good thing I stashed running backs. Yes, sir. You got to stash them. Let me see. All right, I got to go to the next one. This is how I'm going to keep. That's how I keep from going to the next one. Okay. Nifty says, perfect. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. And Nifty says, Tank Dell or Downs rest of the season. I'm going with Downs rest of the season. He's hyper targeted. AR going to be out for a while. Gardner Minshew is hyper targeting guy. Tank Dell's going to have some boom weeks. Tank Dell is a good wide receiver, but Josh Downs is going to get more targets than Tank Dell. That's the only reason why I'm telling you to go with Downs. Let me see. And Gil says, thoughts on Deontay Johnson. Deontay is going to be fine. George Pickens is the guy to have. If you want to play Deontay as a flex play, I would, but I wouldn't count on him to be a top 12 wide receiver. If he is, he is. I just don't right now. I mean, what we supposed to say? That he gonna come back and be alpha just because what he did in the past? No, this is a George Pickens team. So I'm gonna continue to target George Pickens. Now, Calvin Austin and those guys are gonna take a back seat to Deontay Johnson. They haven't done enough, so they're gonna try to get Deontay involved in that offense, but it ain't gonna be a detriment to George Pickens. Gil says, "Is JT a start this week?" Bruh, it's like this. If you traded for him, I don't know what to tell you. Me personally, if he was on my team, if I traded for him, I would play him. Me, I didn't trade for him, so I'm kind of disingenuous to this because a lot of guys you trade for these guys, and you should have knew that Jonathan Taylor hadn't played all season. I mean, and he was out last year with an ankle injury, so. I can't tell you to start him, bro, and he gonna go for 20 points because I don't want to sit here and say start him and he go for 8 points. You're like, that wasn't a start. Like that's another thing y'all got to learn about things. And I'm not getting on to you, Gil. This is a teaching moment. Like, who supposed to know what JT gonna do and when he gonna do it, right? You don't know because he's been out. So to me, he will automatically kind of be a sit. But if you traded for him, then how you gonna send him and then maybe miss a boom game where he do get a falling touchdown? So to me, you got to be willing to go down with the ship. You got to play Jonathan Taylor and take whatever happens. You got to be able to play Jonathan Taylor, and if he give you 5 points, you okay with it? If he give you 30, there you go. But you can't play for his points. And the only guys that you can play for their points is your top 3 to 4 round picks, right? If you drop guys in your top 4 rounds, you play them because you need them to give you 20 points. And they don't give you 20 points, they almost letting you down. But these other guys, when you trade for guys and they ain't played all season, You can't sit around and say it was a bad play because they didn't score the points. No, you know this guy ain't played all season. So I would tell you, man, if you traded for this guy and you trust him, Jonathan Taylor, one of your top backs on your team, then you got to play him. You got to go down with that ship. Hunter, what's going on? He says, I got sent Olave, Pollard, and Calvin Ridley for Devontae Adams. Do I accept? You got to send Olave, Pollard, and Calvin Ridley for Devontae Adams. If you don't need wide receivers, bro, if you can't start Olave and Calvin Ridley, because I'm not that big on Olave. Not that he ain't a good player, just too many mouths to feed on that offense. Pollard is good, but if you got you got another upper echelon running back, then it's okay to trade him. So I don't know your rest of your team, but I would tell you if you consolidating, that's a good consolidation because I don't believe Calvin Ridley is going to be a top 5 wide receiver every week. But Devontae Adams has a chance to be that. I don't believe Olave is going to be a top 5. Now, he could be top 12 certain weeks because he got that boom, but I wouldn't trust him to be that every single week, to go down with the ship. He's the top-end player like a lot of people draft him. Because I told people not to draft Olave. Just like I told people to draft Daniel Jones and I was wrong, I told people not to draft Olave and I was right. I told people not to draft CeeDee Lamb. I told people not to draft Jamar Chase. You better not come to my channel talking about Jamar Chase hitting and I was wrong because this is what I told you was going to happen, that they was going to struggle off early. But in the 4th quadrant, they probably going to win people fantasy football championships. So that's another thing. That's why I'm not getting on anybody, but don't come and start hating on my channel and want to wait for a guy to boom just because I said he wasn't going to be good. And then you want to go with no context and say I was wrong. Come on now. Because I said CeeDee Lamb was a good wide receiver, but I just said I'll just not draft him at his ADP because they wasn't going to start off really good, right? That's why a lot of people didn't draft Cooper Kupp at his ADP because they knew that he was going to be on IR. It's the same thing when other players are playing and they're not going to hit their ceilings. So what I'm saying, bro, I believe that Olave is not he ain't him for giving up Devontae Adams. So if you can get Devontae Adams and consolidate your team, do it. But you better have a good team getting rid of these guys. You got to have a good team. So I'm just going to assume you got a good team. Jake Green said yes. Let me see here. Okay. And okay, he was telling me to blow it up. Joey said, good job. Nifty says, perfect. Okay. Itty Bitty said, what's good, bro? Top of the morning. Yes, sir. Chef, he says, traded Pierce and Laporta for Mixon and Ingram. Ingram is averaging 8 targets a game, and Mixon is getting 75% of the snaps. Right. Plus, my tight end right now is Andrews. Running backs are Stevenson, Brees, Swift, and Taylor. So, you said you traded Pierce and Laporta for Mixon and Ingram. I wouldn't have done it. I would rather have Pierce going later in the season because this offense is going to be they're going to have to run the ball a little bit more. Now, right now, C.J. Stroud is carrying them, so I would want to buy low on Pierce. That's what the guy did to you. He gave you Mixon, that old-ass running back. And I don't mean that in no bad way. Well, I'm just, because, bro, just great question. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. But he got off Mixon. Mixon looks good. He's doing okay. But you got to think about the quadrants coming down. Do you want an older running back or a younger running back? I want a younger running back going in the 4th quadrant. So that's why he gave you, was willing to, you said traded Pierce and Laporta for Mixon. That's why he wanted Laporta, because those are young studs that's going to be hitting in the fantasy football playoffs. Young players hit down there. Some veteran players hit, and they have boom games here and there because they are elite guys. I don't think Mixon is that elite, and I think Ingram is good, but I think it's too many mouths to feed to trust him. I think Christian Kirk is the guy, and Travis Etienne is the guy on that team. But Ingram is averaging 8 targets, but I would still rather have Laporta and Mixon on those offenses, on those young offenses. But I think I get that trade, bro. I give it a B- because you do got good players. Mixon and Ingram are good players right now, and they probably can help you get into the fantasy football playoffs. Alex says, why is that Jimmy G be targeting Myers more? Okay, I'm going to answer that question first. Right now, Devontae Adams is a little hurt, and people are double teaming Devontae Adams. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, guys. This is cutting edge content. They double teaming Devontae Adams. So sometimes Myers has the weaker corner and the weaker scheme on him. So that's why you target that guy. That's why I tell y'all about targeting. I made videos about targeting number 2 wide receivers. Listen, a lot of you look at targets all the time, and targets are good. Targets 9 times out of 10, targets are king. But all guys like Waddle, Myers this year that are good number 2 wide receivers. I'm not even going to say Higgins because I'm not that big on Higgins. But all good number 2 wide receivers that I like to trust in Devontae Smith over alpha guys sometimes. He says, does that make Adams disposable? It just depends. It just depends. It just depends on your team, man. Sometimes Devontae Adams, like I'm trading Devontae Adams on my team. Because I didn't draft him in redraft. Why? Because I didn't want that mileage. See, another thing y'all got to understand that I told y'all not to draft Devontae Adams. I told you to avoid Devontae Adams. Not that he sucked. I know what he is. That boy is a monster. He's a Hall of Famer. But now you worried about Devontae why? Because he's older. He's going through injuries. It happens. It can happen to anybody. But when you rather have Justin Jefferson than to have Devontae Adams, even though Justin Jefferson went down, you know Justin Jefferson can heal off that hamstring injury. If that same injury happened to Devontae Adams, you might be done for the season. So I think you need to try to think about what type of players that can last throughout the season when you're drafting these guys. The next trending quadrant guys. Alex says Devontae has been injured the last couple of weeks. I agree. Yes, sir. And Isaac got traded for Smith late and won that chip. There you go. There you go, Isaac. Yes, sir. What made you do that, bro? That's a good move. Dollar Bill. So what up, bro? I'm smoking wings while listening. Bro, you be getting it down on the grill, bro. You making me mad right now. I want some wings. Alex says Devontae is a third-year wide receiver. Okay, he's third year. It's in his third year. Okay. Wait a minute. Last year, right. He wasn't a rookie last year. Right. It was third year. My bad. You're right. It was his second. You're right. It was his second year last year. You're right, Alex. Mike says need to start one back and one at flex. Breach Water, JT, and Addison and Chuba. Okay, so you need to start one at running back and one at flex. So I'm gonna say breach automatically. And I like Chuba, I like JT, but I'm not gonna tell anybody. I love Water. I might be a little bit biased right now on Water. You got to play Water. You got to catch that boom. I'm telling you to play Water. Guys, I don't think if you got JT on your team, guys, I'm here to help you and I will answer those questions. But why are y'all you're not going to put CMC, hey, TD, who should I start, CMC or Chuba, right? Why are you not looking at JT as that? Because why did you pick up JT if you wasn't going to start him? So you want me to figure out which game that the coach is going to play him, that he's going to boom? I'm not setting myself up for failure like that. And I'm not getting on you, Mike. I just want to give you some context of what I got to go through. I don't know when they're going to give JT the honey touches and let him boom and take Zach Moss out. So if you got JT, like if I had JT, I'm starting him. Why? Because I know what he is, that he just signed the deal. So I don't think JT should be on a sit or start type question. I think he should be a start for you. I don't play fantasy that way, man. It's very, very, very hard to play fantasy where you've been like, should I play Justin Jefferson, Waddle, or Tyreek Hill or Devontae Smith? And guess what? Devontae Smith might outscore all of them. I can't pick Devontae Smith out of Tyreek Hill and all those guys. So I'm just going to start my studs. And if Devontae Smith go out, that's good for somebody else. Or I just have to take that, go down with that ship. Daniel says, what up, bro? What's going on with you? Chris says, drop dogs for Geno. Yes, I'm playing Geno, especially this week. It's going to be a good game. That secondary for Cincinnati is not that good. If you don't got to drop Dobbs, don't do it. But if you have to make that move, I'm going with Geno. Ed Tate says, T. Higgins or Curtis Samuel. Again, T. Higgins, you drafted him early. Now, if you just want to go off a trend or what I'm saying, just because Curtis Samuel, well, then I'm going to tell you to sit T. Higgins, but I don't do that. I don't play fantasy that way. I'm not sitting guys that I drafted where T. Higgins is going. Now, if you ask me between Curtis Samuel and Josh Downs, I think that's a good question. But between T. Higgins and Curtis Samuel, if T. Higgins play, bro, you got to play him. That's a stud. I mean, I didn't want him, but I'm not going to sit here and try to say he garbage because I didn't draft him, right? He can still have good weeks. So to me, man, I wouldn't try to choose between T. Higgins and another guy like that. But right now, Curtis Samuel has been looking better than T. Higgins because T. Higgins has been hurt. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Let me see how many likes we got. Let's see how many likes we got. We got 19 likes. We got 30 guys in here. Come on, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Ed Tay, what up, fam? What up, bro? And George said, should I trade Kenneth for Tony Pollard? No. I have CMC, James Cook, Algier, Warren. No, I'm going to ride Kenneth through a fall off. I'm not going to go to Tony Pollard. I'm not going to go with Tony Pollard. Kenneth, I think Kenneth is a little bit bigger back. He's a little bit more sturdier. You know, you might want to try to go and trade Jalen Warren and Algier for what's his backup name? I got a brain freeze right now. I can't think of, but go get his handcuff. Go get Kenneth Walker's handcuff right now. That's what I would try to trade for. I wouldn't try to go get Tony Pollard. Nifty says Tank Dales or Downs rest of the season. I'm gonna go with Downs. I think I did that now. I'm going with Downs. Angelo, what's going on? He said Demar Carter will breach against a tough Philly defense. Bruh, you got to start breach. Don't sit breach. Don't sit breach. Don't do that. You got to play breach. I know it's a tough matchup. I'm never sitting my stud. I don't care who they play. I don't care if they're playing the 85 Birds or they're playing a Hall of Fame team. I'm going to start my guy. And yes, I said beat. Marcos, what's good, bro? He says Waller banged up. Play Ferguson or Logan Thomas. Logan. I'm playing Logan. Great question, bro. I like Logan this week. I think it's good that, so since Waller is banged up, you good. Ed Tate says, ride that train, believe, and trust your guy. That's all it's about. Now, listen, if you don't trust them, that's okay, too. You got to know when to get off of something. It's just like a stock. You got to know when to get off of it. You got to trust your stocks. But it's a time when you got to get off of it. And you don't worry about what happened. Like, there's a lot of people that could have made probably a couple, like 10, 20 more $1 million if they'd have stayed with Google, but they sold when they made 200, 300,000. And guess what? That's okay. Take that 200, 300,000 and keep it moving and go grind and go make some more money. You don't worry about what somebody else and what somebody else is doing and how, oh, I should have stayed in it because it went down. You win it or you ain't. Don't let me tell you. I'm just going to give you advice. That's why I get on you sometimes about certain like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, where y'all was like, he let me down. I'm like, hey, if that's your guy, you don't worry about what I'm saying. You go ahead and you trust it and you hold it on to that guy, because guess what? Things change. It goes like this. Then sometimes it might not do it, and maybe you should have got off of it. But that's what you got to make the decision on. I'm going down with the ship with my guys. I'm going down with the ship. I'm going down with the ship with Tyreek Hill. You can't offer me CMC for Tyreek Hill. You can't offer me Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Breach Hall for no Tyreek Hill. I don't care what you give me. I'm going down with Tyreek Hill. Now, I made a mistake in a couple of these. I don't know if you would call this a mistake, but instead of taking Tyreek Hill with the number 1 overall pick, which I know he should have been, but I didn't want to be too crazy, I took Justin Jefferson. And I'm okay with that. But I should have took Tyreek Hill because that's going down with my ship. That's my guy. I love Tyreek Hill. I think he's a great player. I think he's one of the greatest players in the history of the game. So I'm not surprised. Guys, he could go for 500 yards in a game, and I'm not going to be surprised because I know that he's like that. Mr. Anderson says, pick 2, DJ Moore, Puka, or Ridley. I'm going with Puka and DJ Moore. Puka and DJ Moore. Sanders says, half-point PPR, pick up or hold, thinking playoff. Dowdle or Kendre Miller. I'm going with Rico Dowdle. I'm going with Rico. I think Alvin gonna be booming. Now listen, Kendre Miller's a good stash because if something happened to Alvin, but even if something happened to Alvin, I don't think Kendre is gonna be a top 5 running back. I believe Rico could be a top 12, top 14 running back if anything happens to Tony Pollard. That's the difference. Taysom Hill's gonna be coming in if anything happens with Alvin. They're gonna be giving Taysom Hill goal line opportunities. Samuel says, half-point PPR. I have Christian Watson, Flowers, St. Brown, and Josh Downs. That's got to be Josh. K. Downs as Dobbs. I don't know who that's quarterback. Should I accept Tadre Spears for Pickens? No, don't give up Pickens. Now, if you don't need Pickens, if he can't start on your team, right now you say you got Christian Watson, Flowers, and St. Brown, and they look like Josh. I don't know who is as quarterback. Should I accept Tajay Spears for George Pickens? I don't know who you can start. If you got good running backs, I wouldn't do it because I don't want you to. I like Pickens going forward. I think Pickens going to be a good wide receiver. So you're getting a backup running back for a start, a top 12 potential wide receiver. I can't tell you to do that. I like the way you're thinking. But if you told me that Pickens can't get your lineup, like maybe Flowers or because I think you could start George Pickens over Flowers if you wanted to. But I'm not. That's neither here nor there. But if you told me that Pickens was like your fourth wide receiver and he always sitting on your bench, then I might say maybe. But I think you could get more for Pickens. You could get Spears and something else. Hanson, what's going on, bro? He says Josh Allen plus Jefferson and Kyron for Joe Burrow plus TD. 12-4 PPR. Who wins trade? Josh Allen, Jefferson, and Kyron for Burrow, Pollard, and CD. Josh Allen and Jefferson and Kyron. Josh Allen, Jefferson, and Kyron. Hanson says, okay, wait a minute, we did that one already. No, that's the same one. Gil says, I didn't trade for him. I drafted him and had him on IR. Okay, it's my flex, my position. Would you play JT or Godwin? Okay, where did you draft him at, Gil? If you drafted him in like the third, if you drafted him in the 6th, 7th round, then yeah, I get it. I understand. That's why I love you giving me context. But if you drafted him in the 3rd or 4th round, right now it's the time to play him. You can't wait to play him. Right? I get it. I get what you're saying. Again, I hope you can understand where I don't know when they're gonna take Zach Moss out and give JT all the work, right? I don't know that. So all you can do is trust the guy that you know that JT should be doing or should be how he should be playing and play him. So between JT and Godwin, I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna go with JT. I don't care if he scored 5 points. That's not the wrong move. Because Godwin, for one, if you just want to be in a vacuum and just look at from week to week, which I don't look at players that way because I start my studs. Godwin, Mike Evans is playing, and when Mike Evans has played, Godwin hasn't done that well. So JT as a running back, if you don't got no CMC or no big time guys, you got to play him. Mr. Ennis is flex 1 PPR Downs, Stevenson, and Palmer. I'm going with Downs and 4 PPR. Will says pick a good defense this week. Dallas, Rams, Atlanta, Detroit, and Minnesota. I'm going with Dallas. Not knowing your scoring format, not knowing about sacks and points. I'm going to go with Dallas in a vacuum. The Private, he says, peace, what's good? DST, Texans versus New Orleans. Seattle at Cincinnati. And Kirk, Myers, or Flowers flex. Big ups. Okay. Thank you, bro. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is Cutting Edge content, guys. I'm going with the Texans versus New Orleans. Now, if you asking me which team, New Orleans defense is key. You got to play New Orleans. Their defense is top 5 right now. But I would go with Texans before I go with Seattle or Cincinnati. Christian Kirk, if that's Christian Kirk or Jacoby Myers. That's a tough one, man. That's a good question. They all the same type guys. That is tough. I think New England's going to have a good play this week. I think New England's going to be solid. So I'm going to go with Christian Kirk over Zay Flowers. But I like Zay Flowers. I just think Christian Kirk is going to get more targets than Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers got the more of a boom potential. But I think Christian Kirk is going to get more targets? Great question. Isaac says, I knew Devontae Smith was the big Slim Reaper. Eagles were going downfield more. I also traded DA. Okay, got you. And he says Smith snatches the ball out of the air high point and can't go low. I agree 100%, bro. You preaching. And Kale says Josh Downs or Spears in the flex. I'm going with Downs in full PPR. In full PPR, I'm going with Josh Downs. Mala says flex Hollywood Brown or KJ Osborne. I'm gonna go with Hollywood. If he's practicing and he's healthy, I'm going with Hollywood. I know he was sick earlier. Kale says, would you drop Antonio Gibson for Savon Ahmed? No. I'm keeping Antonio Gibson. Isaac says, Chuba going to eat, bro, going down the stretch in the flex. Yes, I agree. I like Chuba. I've been telling y'all to stash Chuba all season. I told you I don't like Miles Sanders. And it's more of he's a solid running back. I just don't think he's a true bell cow. That's just me. And Dylan says Dak or Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Yeah, got to play Brock Purdy. And Kale says, would you trade Nico Collins for Pacheco? No. I wouldn't trade Nico Collins for Pacheco. If it was standard, yes, I would do it. In standard league, I'm doing it. Maybe half-point PPR, maybe, probably not. But in standard, yes, I'm doing it. But in full PPR, I'm staying with Nico. B. Silver says, trade my DJ Moore for St. Brown? Yes. I would say yes. But listen, bro. DJ Moore got boom. He might got a little bit more boom potential than St. Brown. I hate to admit that, but he does. When he go boom, but St. Brown gonna lead his team in targets every single week. He gonna get 10 to 12 targets every single week. No, DJ Moore hasn't really missed any games in the last 2 to 3 years. Fairly healthy, more healthier than St. Brown. So you got to look at that too. So you got to look at those nuances. Go look at the playoff schedule. Who do you want? Who got the weakest defense against the pass? Do you trust Justin Fields for the rest of the season? Do you trust the offense of Detroit? To me, I would probably go with St. Brown. Charlene says, happy Anela Solar Eclipse Day, TD. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you, Charlene. Always showing support. Kills. He said Chris Godwin or Brandon Ayuk in the flex. Brandon Ayuk all day. Black Banks, what's up, bro? He says, I know I ask this every week, but need to. No, you good. Okay, so he says need to Swift, Breach Hall, Eckler, or James Cook. Bro, it's got to be Eckler and Breach. I don't know what you're going to do with James Cook and Swift. You might have to trade them and consolidate. Like you could keep one of them. Keep one because that's a good guy to have in case you're going through a bye week. But if you can hold on to all of them, but you might miss a boom a couple times. But I don't mind telling you to play Breach Hall and Eckler. That's easy. I'm not going to never tell you to sit those guys. Unless you got CMC or somebody. So you got to play Breach Hall and Eckler. Charlene says, go outside now. It's not bright outside. It's not. Don't look at the sun, though. Kale says, Nico Collins, Palmer, Osborne, Chris Godwin, star one. I'm going with Nico. And Chris Godwin. I'm going with Nico and Chris Godwin, but it is close between Josh Palmer and Chris Godwin. It is close. Carter says, oh, damn, I'm just taking a break from stacking firewood and there's a live show. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. Guys, make sure, put a 100. I want y'all to spam the chat. And if you went to the notification bell and hit all, I want everybody that's on right now on the live, I want you to hit the notification bell and go to all. That's the way you get notifications when I go live. Because I don't have a time set out every day. I have another job. So I can't tell you that I'm going to go live every single day at 4 o'clock. It may be 6 o'clock. It may be 7 o'clock. It may be in the morning. Shoot, it may be late it may be early in the morning, like 12 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, B. Silver. Thank you. Spam the chat right now, guys, and go to the notification bell and hit all. The machine says hit that like button. Yes, sir. Charlene says on April the 8th, 2024, we will have a total eclipse of the sun in the United States. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. That's going to be unique. I want to see that. Conjure says, I'm playing the Rams against Arizona. I don't know, man. That's a rival game. I hate going to rival games. That could be a high-scoring game. Josh Dobbs could put up some points. Conscious Machine says, I'm playing the Rams defense against Arizona. Dallas is taken. Oh, Dallas is taken. Okay. Let me see. Conscious, he says, I do have Browns defense on the bye. Okay. Got you. Do have Browns defense on a bye. Are they on the bye? They're not on the bye, bro. The Browns defense, they not on the bye. They playing San Francisco. I'm playing my guys. I'm playing San Francisco. I'm playing the Browns against San Francisco. I know you might say, well, why would you do that? Because you got to play your studs. They could hold San Francisco down to 10 points. You never know. That defense, right. Myles Garrett, I don't know if Trent Williams can handle him at this point in time. Now, they might have an even split, but I do believe Myles Garrett will get to that quarterback at least once or twice. Country Machine says, my flex too is weak with Gibbs and Roshan down. Do you like Ahmed or Quentin Johnson? I'll probably go with Quentin Johnson out of those two. B Silver says 100. Yes, guys. Guys, if you went to the notification bell or you already done it, put 100 in the chat. Spam the chat right now. For everybody that's in here on this live. Isaac says, I got Reek looking to trade with this team. He got Addison, Ayuk, Waddle, or Downs. Who should I target? Waddle and Squeeze. He said, I got Reek looking to trade with this team. He got Addison, Ayuk, Waddle, or Downs. I'll get that Waddle and Squeeze. Get that Waddle and Squeeze. I like that. Thank you, Lindell. Appreciate that, bro. He says, Tank Dale out. Nico about to boom. Okay. Yeah, I'm playing Nico. Even with Tank, like Robert Woods is going to be an okay play. Robert Woods will be an okay play. Mechie might have a few targets here and there. Maybe Dalton Schultz is a good play, but I'm definitely playing Nico regardless. I'm playing Nico. Nico is a play for me every single week. Every single week. I don't care what the matchup is. I'm playing Nico. I'm not missing no boom games. And guys, if you want to see my teams, I will show you my teams. I'm not sitting around capping and my teams are pure garbage. I got teams that are one. I got a couple teams that are 1-4. I got a lot of teams that are 3-2, and I got a lot of teams that I'm over 500. Like, because I play against the median, so I got like 7-3 type league teams too, where it's kind of different. But I'm in the playoffs in probably 60% of my leagues right now. If you had to break them down, and the rest of them I'm out or on the fringe. I got a 1-0 for league. I do got 1-0 for the league. No cap in my game. Conscious Machine says all notifications are on. Appreciate that, bro. Yes, sir, guys. Put 100 in the chat if you got all notifications on. If you go to the notification bell and you hit all, that's all you need to do. Just put a 100 in the chat. Charlene says, "Sorry, I'm not talking about fantasy now." You good? Isaac says 25 likes. Get them up. Yes, guys. Let's get the likes up. We got 25 likes in here. Let's get the likes up. Appreciate that. Perfect Black. Appreciate that, Lindell. Leo, he says, is Myers for Gibbs or Pierce too much? I have Olave, Puka, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Flowers as other wide receivers, but only have Mostert, Madison, and White as running backs. Okay, he says, is Myers for Gibbs or Pierce too much? No, I will give up Myers for Pierce. He says, I have Olave, Puka, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Flowers as other wide receivers, but I only have Mostert, Madison and White as my running backs. I think you could get a little bit better. You could go for a running back, so I like going for Pierce. I think Pierce would be solid for you. I like going for Pierce. Will says Rashad White or Chuba and Christian Kirk or Brandon Ayuk? I'm going to say Brandon Ayuk out of all those guys. I like Chuba. I like Christian Kirk too. Shoot, I like all those guys. Those guys can all be starters. But if you ask me who I like out of all those guys, I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk. But all those guys are starters to me. Conscious Machine says, oh, yes, Browns against 49ers. Yes, the Browns going against the 49ers. Charlene says, I picked up Craig Reynolds and placed JJ on IR. Yes, I picked up Craig Reynolds a couple weeks ago. I had to drop him. I'm okay with that. I thought they would give him a little bit more of the workload when David Montgomery came in for the full workload. But I didn't know David was going to get 100%. And they gave him 100%. They only gave Craig a carry because it was at the end of the game. Appreciate that, Perfect Black. Yes, guys. Conscious Machine said, do you think I should just ride the Browns defense? Yep, that's what I would do. For the year, no matter who the opponent is, until you see something else. And grab another free agent. Yes, it could jail if I just set that nasty defense for good. I agree 100% with that, bro. That's how I do it. Again, guys, put 100 in the chat if you hit the notification bell. I'm gonna keep saying that. Just because I need everybody to make sure that they get, when I go live, that they getting that. Let's get the likes up too, guys. Let's get the likes up. Okay, we got 29 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you, Conscious Machine. Thank you, Isaac. Isaac says, I got Gainwell, TD. I should have him back. I got Swift because I got Swift. Yes, you got to keep Gainwell. Don't never drop Gainwell as long as you got Swift because Swift could go down at any time. We know that. And we know that team they like Gainwell. Shoot, Gainwell could get off this week. I'm not telling you to play him over Swift, but he could get off this week. Leo says, not a question, but someone in my league traded A.J. Brown, IU, Wilson for St. Brown, and Curtis Williams, and Kyron Williams. Woo! Yeah, traded A.J. Brown. Yeah, that A.J. Brown and IU and Garrett Wilson for St. Brown. You know, Kyron Williams and St. Brown is good. They needed to consolidate, but I wouldn't have came off no IU and AJ. I might have came off AJ Brown for that, and I'd have kept Ayuk, but I'm not coming off both of those guys for that trade. Leo says Kyron. Okay, yeah, I got you. And Charlene said, your thoughts on Brandon Powell when JJ is on our? I'm playing him in the league. I got a league where I got a lot. I got Jordan Love, Christian Watson, AJ Dillon, and Romeo Dobbs on my bench, and they all got buys. A lot of those guys were starting. And so I had to go work the waiver. I had to pick up 4 or 5 new guys. And I got Brandon Powell starting because he got a lot of targets when JJ went out. So I'm starting Brandon Powell. I like Brandon Powell. I wanted to do a video on him. I just ain't quite had the chance. I wanted to give y'all the videos that I gave you. The guys that are trending up the rankings. Guys, let me know, guys. I need y'all to do this. Let me know what y'all need, like weekly. Like if y'all need me to tell you who skyrocket, like 12 players that are skyrocketing up the rankings, I'm gonna do that. But listen, some of those gonna be repeats. I'm not just gonna go to a player if I don't believe it. So let me know what y'all want as content. You gotta let me know. Hey, listen, of course, everything that I put out is good, decent content. I'm not gonna say everything that I put out is the best video in the world, right? But you gotta let me know what is good videos that y'all need on a weekly basis. Not one video, but a weekly basis. Because sometimes my starting 6 videos, I sit around and spend a lot of time on that, and it don't do that well. So you all got to let me know what you need, what kind of format. Isaac says 100. Thank you, Isaac. Conscious Machine. Thank you, bro. Charlene put 1,000. Thank you, Charlene. And B Silver says, start 1. PPR. Palmer versus Dallas. Bourne, Hurt, or Charbonnet. He says Palmer versus Dallas. Bourne, Hunt, or Charbonnet was the guy. Charbonnet was the guy to back up Kenneth Walker. But yeah, I know. Look, Dallas defense is good. They get a lot of sacks. I don't know what that stands for defense in people leagues. That's why I told the guy to play the Dallas. I don't care. They will get to Justin Herbert a couple times. I think you got to play Palmer. I think you got to play Palmer. Contra Machine says, I keep looking at DJ Chark, 12-team full PPR. He has boom potential. He does. He does. So you can stash him on your team. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel, guys. This is cutting edge content. Leo says, another question, brother. You good, bro? He says, thanks, by the way. But would Myers for Pierce be better or Myers for Mixon? I think Myers for Pierce. Myers for Pierce. The Mixon owner lost Jefferson. Yeah, I would do Myers for Pierce. I wouldn't do it for Mixon. Charlene says Jags or Bucks DST. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think the Bucks is a better defense overall. I don't care about the matchup. You got to go with the best defense. You can't play matchups. You can play matchups sometimes, but I'm not gonna drop a good defense when I know they are better overall defense and they're gonna have better opportunities going down the stretch. So the better overall defense in the division that they in, playing against the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons and those type of teams, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. The Jazz got tough teams that they play against, like that, or they're decent defense, but they ain't shut down. I think Bucks has chance to shut teams down. They got really good linebackers, a really good D line, some good safeties, and some good corners, and a good defensive coordinator. And it says, hey, hold on, Zay. It just depends on what you got. You can hold on to them. It just depends. You can hold on to them. Conscious says, I love a video showing out the front of your car while doing a defense breakdown and kick and punt return ups. Okay. I love a video showing out the front of your car. Okay. Showing out the front of your car while doing a defensive breakdown. When kick and punt return, with kick and punt return upside. Okay. So you need kick and punt return upside too. Okay. Appreciate that, bro. On the front of my car. Out the front of the car. Okay. Not while I'm sitting in the car. Okay. Guys, you got any advice like that? Let me know. Yep. All right. So I guess until we get a couple more comments, I'm gonna still try to close this quadrant thing down. I'm gonna finish it off by talking about this quadrant for the new people who's coming in or for the people who's watching the video. So, guys, what the quadrants is for is you can see what players are hitting every 4 weeks. You see a player where he hitting 3 out of 4 weeks, that's a player that you can trust. That's a player that you can trust. Now, some players, especially running backs, if they older, if they winning 3 out of the 4 weeks in the quadrant as out of the quadrant, then you have to be wary of that because you got to understand that they could go down with an injury. So you also got to be thinking about the last 4 quadrants. That's why I always talk about that 4th quadrant because that's the fantasy football championship. And you got to think about what type of players could be hitting. You got to go look at schedules. Do a schedule for the fantasy football playoffs and tell y'all running backs that you should be targeting and wide receivers that you should be targeting. I'm going to talk about that type of stuff. I might do it in the live. I might do it in a regular video. I might do it in both. But that's what the 4th quadrant is about. It's not just about who's doing good every 4 weeks. CMC has been killing it. But am I stashing Elijah Mitchell? Yes, I'm stashing Elijah Mitchell because CMC is older. So that really hasn't anything to do with the quadrant. It's just he's an older running back. But for guys like Kenneth Walker and guys like that, I'm stashing Zach Charbonnet. I'm stashing Tajay Spears because they are older. They got older running backs in front of them. So I don't care what they're doing per quadrant. But if you see young running backs and young wide receivers balling out 3 out of 4 weeks, these are guys that you can go ahead and trust and be looking for them for the 4th quadrant. That's what the 4th quadrant is. There's several ways that you can use the 4 quadrants. But it changes. It changes. Every 4 weeks, a different guys are coming in. And you got a few guys that are studs like Justin Jefferson, CMC, that are going to be there almost every week. But you got other guys that's going to be changing. So you got to be willing to see those trends. And I can help. I'll be able to help you with those trends. Let me see. Dirty Boy said, what's good, bro? I'm starting CMC and Kenneth Walker. Who should I start in the flex? It's got to be Breach Hall over JT. I would try to get Breach Hall and JT in my lineup, but if you can't, you definitely got to start Breach Hall. I know he got a tough matchup, bro, but I don't care. You got to start Breach Hall. Ozzy says, I got Jaden too because I got Watson. Yep. That's thinking down the stretch, because if Watson get out and pull a hamstring again, then you got Jaden Reed, and Jaden Reed is going to be getting 6 to 7 targets a game, maybe even more. Country Machine says, I'm just being funny. It would be great to see the road ahead of you of once. Okay, got you. Okay. So how the video showing now, bro? You good? It's fine. You saying show like the cars in front of me while I'm talking, so you ain't really got to see me. You just can hear me talking. So it would be great to see the road ahead of you once. I got you. KL says, would you drop Antonio Gibson for DJ Chark? Probably not. It just depends. If you deep at running back, I would. AS says, need to drop one. My team, Howell, Cup, Amari, Flowers, Swift, Hunter, Henry, Kamara, bench, Anthony Richardson, Hopkins, Christian Watson. So need to drop one. I think you need to drop Anthony Richardson. He gonna be out for a long time. You got your quarterbacks are Howell. Yeah, you're gonna have to. I think it would be Anthony Richardson. But if you don't want to drop Anthony Richardson because you think he might come back for the fourth quadrant, then I would probably tell you Dowdle. Drop Rico Dowdle. Samuel says 4 PPR. I got Alfred, Tyreek Hill, and AJ Brown and Gainwell. Should I sell? You got Alfred, Tyreek Hill for AJ Brown. Yes, sir. Do that. Hurry up and do that. Tyreek Hill for AJ Brown and Gainwell. Hurry up and do that. And Sal, what's going on? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content, guys. Would you start Puka or Ridley in the flex? My other wide receiver are Cup and Amara. I'm starting Puka over Ridley. AS says, also now that I listed my team, who would you be willing to trade for Metcalf? Also, would you package for ETN Metcalf? For ETN Metcalf and ETN separate teams. Also, would you package for ETN? No, I wouldn't package for ETN. Bro, who you would package? You got. I would say Godwin and maybe Godwin and Swift. Samuel says, I got off with Terry. Okay, we did that one. Okay, and I said Puka. Arthur's 100. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. Hey, bro, if you want that question, you want that question more broke down, man, you got to sign up as a member. I can't do those long questions. I got too much volume in the chat to take up too much time. But I appreciate the question, bro. Hopefully that helped you out. I tried to help you out a little bit. Would you trade Cook for Waddle? Yes, I would. If I needed a wide receiver. Yes, I would do that. Orlando says 4 PPR. I got Olave, but I got offered Waddle for him. Should I take it? I got Olave, but I got offered a Waddle for him. Yes, take Waddle over Olave. All day long. Isaac says 30 likes. Thank you, Isaac. Yes, sir. Charlie says, during my playoff, I drop my studs. I pick up players who are playing in the hunt of the playoffs. Studs may play a quarter, maybe. Yes. That's what happens. Now, sometimes it ain't. Sometimes they're trying to make the playoffs too. But that's what you got to be ready for. Guys, CMC, you got to be ready to back up CMC. He might not be playing week 15. He might not be playing week 16. They might be already in. They got the number 1 seed. They sold it up. Why would you run CMC? So you got to be ready for that. That's you know what I'm saying? You got to be ready for that fourth quadrant. Mr. Anderson put the 1. Appreciate you, bro. All right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. I'm gonna try to go live again. I'm gonna do a live later tonight. It's gonna be a starts and sits. So I'm gonna give all my starts and sits. And listen, guys, I'm gonna do the starts and sits probably in the live. I'm not gonna do it in a separate video because I want to be able to be live and answer y'all questions. So I'm gonna go through the starts and sits. Y'all put your questions in the comment section. Then if you want your question answered in the middle of me doing my starts and sits, you got a super chat. Or if you part of the Phenom crew, and sometimes I got to check out that a little bit because Phenom crew, you get that type of advantage. So if you're a Phenom crew and I see your question, I'm gonna try to get to it. But a super chat that overrules everything. But the Phenom crew, they always gonna get their question answered much as I can as possible. I'm human, right? So sometimes I might just be in the middle of a thought. So guys, I appreciate everybody being in here. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Y'all be safe. Peace.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. So let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they trying to finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you a hating nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Hit my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga, I did a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit. Country for life in this bitch. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they trying to finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, yeah. I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the sky. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go and bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they trying to finish me, but it just turn me up. Okay, turn me up, Jay. Okay, turn me up. Jay, bitch, I'm rolling up. I'm burning up. Yeah.